Am I the asshole here?
Absolutely not.
No. Put out or get out.
Absolutely not.
Put out or get
Ronnie.
out. I'm going to put that in my Tinder bio.
Ronnie, are you recording?
What
What's
the fuck is
up?
up? How dare you not cuss in the intro? Cuss right
thought-
now.
What the fuck is up?
It's Halloween.
It's Halloween. We're doing a little special episode, a little Halloween episode, a little true crime.
Yes.
Which
it's
I
a
love.
spooky episode.
Yes. Do you like my spooky candle?
I do, yes. And we're dressed in all black because we're going to go rob a bank after this. Just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh my God.
Just because it's Halloween and we want it to be spooky. I didn't even check what my battery was at. My computer's about to die.
Perfect.
Now was a good
Perfect.
time to do that.
God dang. Anyways, we are on week
17.
17.
See, I can't even keep track anymore. It's so many.
Yeah, we're doing really good. We're just loving it. I'm saying that because we just had a conversation about like what our goals are with the podcast, blah blah blah. We're not going away, no worries, but yeah, we're just trying to figure shit out.
There's always room for improvement.
There sure is.
Yes.
Always and everything. And we just have a lot of shit going on as per every fucking week, and everybody has shit going on. I get that, but damn, I got a kid in basketball. I got another kid who just whines all day, and then
I feel like this is
3 jobs.
a lot. Like, don't get me wrong, I still do put in my share of work, but it's a lot easier for me because I don't have kids.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of things are a lot easier for me.
Yes.
Just actually, I think just flexibility.
There we go.
Yeah,
Sure.
way I can do whatever I
Yeah,
want
yeah.
whenever I want for sure.
Yeah, that and just time.
Yeah.
I don't have a ton of that, so but I'm gonna start spray tanning.
Yeah, that's
so if
exciting.
you're local, hit me up.
Yeah.
I just took a class. I'm certified on it. I'm gonna be in a cute little shop, so you can private message me about that if you're interested. What else, Ken's? What else is new, dude?
Forever sticker, free shipping over 2 items.
Okay, we're looking at getting some stickers for the pod. We think that would be fun. We could
It could
have
sell
like a
'em.
mailing list, sell
Yeah.
them, whatever.
Should we make merch?
I really think we should. And
That'd be
I'm
actually fun.
dead ass serious about Patreon too.
Oh yeah, me too. I was we need to
So-
do that as well.
Next few weeks, I think that's going to be on our priority list
Yeah.
for
Okay.
the podcast. So stay tuned for that. We'll
Yep.
obviously advertise that and shit too. So
What's new with me? I chopped all my hair off.
Yeah,
Don't
you did.
worry.
You did
I
that
am
on
still
FaceTime with me.
Kenzie, even though I have a hat on. It's
Mhm.
me.
yeah,
Yeah, it was we went out for Halloween this last weekend, and my fucking costume and my microphone. My costume was Little Red Riding Hood, and it was like too much shit on my neck, and I'm so like when if I'm wearing earrings, I typically will not wear a necklace because it's too much, and then my long thick hair on top of that, it's like fucking get this shit off
Mhm.
my neck. And so all of that on top of my costume being tied around my neck, I was like and then I FaceTimed Tasha, and then I was like, should I cut my hair right now? Because I've
It's
done
like,
this
yep.
before a couple of years ago. I like had a mental breakdown and chopped all my hair off. And when I look at pictures, I'm like, I missed that short hair. So, and she just cut her hair
I
recently.
did.
So it made it a little bit easier. I was like, okay. So yeah, just
short hair queens.
put it in 2 ponytails, chopped it off.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It looks good though.
Thank you.
You wouldn't know that you just went and did it one day.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anything else? Halloween was cool. Me and Ronnie dressed up as Travis Barker and Kourtney Kardashian. That was so cute. We had so much fun.
Yeah.
Why do I hear myself, Ronnie?
I was checking and seeing if the stream was going fine.
Going to jail. Anyways.
Prison, actually.
What else, dude?
You know, not a whole lot this week. I feel like I am forgetting something.
You got a mattress.
Yeah, I did get a mattress. And that's a big deal for me because I am 22, and since about late elementary school, I've been sleeping on the same full-size mattress, and it was a hand-me-down back then, and then add on another 20
That is
fucking years.
sick.
Yeah, it is sick. And my mom's poor, so we had to get it from the secondhand store. And yeah, it's terrible. And it got to the point where like this, you could feel the springs through it when I was sleeping, and it was hurting my back a ton. So I finally one day woke up and I'm like, fuck this. Went to Furnish 123, dropped a bag on a mattress. No regrets. Couldn't afford the bed frame and the box spring yet because the mattress
It'll
was
come.
a little out of my budget. Right. So
Mhm.
it's on the floor, but you know what? It's still a
comfortable.
king size, so I can roll around. It's comfortable. I sleep great. It's
Mhm.
amazing. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm so proud of you. That's
Thank
like
you.
your first real adult purchase, would you say?
Yeah.
Like other than like a car, or
Yeah,
whatever.
which those have been fairly cheap
Yeah.
for a car anyways. So
Household item,
yeah.
first adult.
Yeah. And I was like, my mom was a little bit iffy about me spending that much on a mattress, but I'm like, I kept my old mattress for
Yeah.
a really long time.
Jesus.
Imagine how long
Yeah.
I'll keep this one. Like that's an
Jeez.
investment for me.
Yeah, that mattress is gonna be having holes in it before you get rid of it.
Fuck yeah, it's gonna be all just flat as a piece of paper. The memory foam is just completely
Yeah.
worn out. So yeah,
I love that for you though.
thank you.
I just go out and buy that shit and then be sad about not having money. So
Yeah, I had to finance it because it was a couple grand and
Mhm.
it was on clearance because it was a few grand originally,
Isn't that
but it was on
wild?
clearance. So I was like, you know what? This is something it's a need. I
Right.
need it. My back has been fucking killing me and I
Yeah.
sleep like shit and my it was loud as fuck, so squeaky. So, yeah,
And
so I
uncomfortable.
financed it. So I have, a few months to pay it off, and the payments are by no means small. So hopefully that goes okay for me. They just come get my bed. They repo my bed.
Oh my god. No, you will, because you don't
Uh,
have your car payment and shit, so you'll
Yeah,
be fine.
and if anything, my mom works at a bank. She's always got the most helpful tips for me financially because she knows I'm notorious for fucking myself over financially.
Yeah, same.
I'm just super impulsive with my money, so
I think it's the bipolar,
Yeah.
anxiety, depression.
for
shit.
sure.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's all working together.
Maybe everybody has that problem. I
Pro-
don't know.
I don't think so.
No,
No.
a lot of people do though.
Yeah.
Everybody I know.
we
That's because we're all just mentally ill.
just keep rubbing off on each other.
Yes. All right. Well, we're gonna try to keep this podcast a little bit shorter so that you guys don't get bored of us.
Yeah.
So
And
why
so
don't
we
you
don't
start,
get bored of each other.
Yeah, that too. Why don't you start with your little? I'm excited for your stuff. You haven't told me anything. You know what I'm going to talk about. So.
Yeah. So I decided to do something a little bit different and I went on Reddit. And since we're doing an episode on Halloween, I'm like, okay, let me find a few stories that are a little bit spooky. And when I was looking for Halloween stories, those were all dumb as fuck. So I just went with some spooky topics you're probably not going to even think are coming, okay?
I'm scared.
Number 1, how spooky are mother-in-laws?
Fucking spooky, man.
Right? Do you have a mother-in-law story? They suck.
I don't have a personal one, but I have a friend, and I'm not going to say the name or anything because I don't know if she wants it shared, but she Snapchats me on the fucking regular about her mother-in-law and how, like, she has a baby, and so the baby will be sleeping in the room, and the mother-in-law will straight up just come in, wake the baby up, and then be like, well, time for me to leave.
No way.
Or, like, we'll hang pictures on the baby's wall that the mom doesn't even want, and,
like that's psycho.
oversteps
And
boundaries.
then also
like,
one of our
fuck.
best friends apparently has a terrible mother-in-law as well. Excuse me.
Tell me later. I'll think about it, and then I'll let you know if I'm
Are you
so
kidding?
sorry.
Who are we friends with? There's 3 people we're friends with.
Oh, yeah. Duh.
God. Okay. So, have you been on Reddit before?
Yes.
Okay, so Reddit has a bunch of like subreddits or whatever that you can put your stories in certain categories and they're easier to find. So this one is from True Off My Chest and it was from 1 year ago. And there is a part, I think it like had gotten deleted or something. Let me scroll down here. Okay, the title is My Story with My Deceased Mother-in-Law and My Stalker. Hi, I was here maybe a month ago. If I find it, I will post it, talking about me suspecting that my mother-in-law was my stalker who tormented me for years. I was trying to get advice about whether or not to tell my husband who was mourning her. I decided to wait a little, but after venting here, I was sure that she was my stalker. I started living like I never did before, with 10-minute walks alone, then 15, then half an hour, and so on. At first, my husband didn't notice my freedom, or maybe he did, but was processing it himself. Last Friday, I told him that I was going out with the girls. Alone? Yes. Want me to drive you there? No need. Are you not afraid anymore? No, my stalker won't bother me again. He kissed me and wished me a nice evening. When I came home around midnight, he was still up. He said that he wanted to talk to me. Asked me, was my mother your stalker? Yes. He broke down crying. He said he has always suspected her and even talked to her a couple times about it. She made him so guilty by accusing him of being my simp. And then in parentheses, sorry, I don't know a better word for it. He said he noticed how I, after so many years of fear and anxiety, stopped eventually crying in my sleep. And he has noticed that I haven't woken him up for a month now. I actually don't remember half the times I woke him up in terror, but he always told me and my therapist about it whenever it happened. He apologized for never discussing it with me and never protecting me from his family, even though he had suspicions. Honestly, I'm not even mad or disappointed. If the police couldn't help me, I don't know how much my husband could have done, and I just want to move on and leave this behind. We're going to start couples therapy, and my husband is planning to tell his family that my mother-in-law was my stalker. He is adamant about it, and honestly, I think it's a good idea. My husband has also decided not to attend the headstone setting on my mother-in-law's grave. Okay? Thoughts?
Imagine imagine your mom dies and then all of a sudden you have to go through some shit like that too with it.
Right. Like as if grief isn't emotionally straining enough on its own.
And then you're like, my mom was a fucking psycho and I
Yeah.
didn't know. So now
And
I
it's
can't even
so
confront her.
exactly. That's the one thing. It's so fucking hard after people die because you don't get closure.
Right.
It's so hard, and then you live with that forever. That sucks, man.
Yeah, that's wild. And also, I dead ass was gonna say when you were talking, I was like, I'm definitely gonna say that I can't imagine living with my partner and not being able
Yeah.
to say that or express that to him. But
Yeah.
then she kind of closed it out with that, so I get it, I guess.
And so there is a post also from a year ago that got deleted. So at the beginning of the one I just read, she said, I was here maybe a month ago. If I find it, I will post it.
Mm-hmm.
This was that post. My mother-in-law suddenly passed away in a car accident last month. At the same time, my stalker disappeared. My mother-in-law and I had never had a good relationship. She has tried to sabotage my relationship with my husband since the day she met me. I wasn't good enough for her handsome and successful boy. I contemplated ending my relationship several times, but my husband always showed me that he's on my side, and I love him. A few years ago, I started getting very threatening and scary emails and texts from a PAX. And I tried to Google what PAX meant, like PAX. Ronnie, do you know what that means?
Not right away off the top of my head.
Like Google just kept telling me like it's in reference of a passenger, so I did not understand what it was saying, but whatever, getting scary emails and texts from a PAX, so
Maybe the passenger of the person that
eh,
died,
so-
like the mother-in-law?
no.
Passenger. That's what I was thinking. Because you
Oh
said car
no.
accident.
The mother-in-law died in a car accident last month.
Right. I didn't know if you were talking about like the passenger of that person of the mother-in-law was emailing her. That's what I wasn't sure.
No, this is the stalker.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm caught up. What are you doing?
Googling it, I think.
I think PAX is like Uber and stuff like that.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so it says, a few years ago, I started getting very threatening and scary emails and texts from a PAX. This PAX knew everything about me. It didn't matter how many emails and phone numbers I changed, they or he always found me. I made several reports, but nothing happened. My husband tried everything to trace the emails. Nothing came out of it. This past year, I basically never left the apartment alone. I haven't received a single threatening text or email from PAX in a month. After a few days, I wasn't surprised. Felt like I always knew it was my mother-in-law deep down. My husband hasn't reacted yet. He's consumed with his grief, and I don't want to bother him, especially when he bitterly told me, "You must be very pleased now," when we heard the news and I tried to confront him. He apologized later and said he was just feeling guilty that he loved and would choose me more than he loved her. Whatever. Now I'm waiting for him to connect the dots. Will he get it? If he does, will he talk to me about it? I don't know if I ever will bring it up to him. Also, I won't relax and go back to my normal life just yet, but I know it in my heart that it's over and I can't be happier about my life.
Wow.
So that was the first post, and the one I read first was what she ended up posting later. So she didn't know at first if she should tell him, and then eventually she did tell him, and that's good. Or he connected the dots.
Yeah, and I guess I didn't even put it together that she wasn't aware while it was happening that it was her. I didn't realize that.
At so she just
I
had
know she
suspicions,
suspected,
right?
but
Yeah.
I thought she
That's
knew.
so crazy. And then what if whole time it wasn't the mother-in-law? It's just a
And she
weird
still keeps getting
coincidence.
stuff. Oh my god.
Yeah.
That'd be awful.
Or just the stalker
Yeah.
finally stalked someone else.
Yeah.
Also, imagine having a stalker, dude. That would
Oh.
make me so crazy.
Anxious, yeah.
Like that. Oh my god.
I'm anxious enough.
I know. I'm like
I'm
starting to
getting
think,
anxious
I'm getting
right now.
paranoid. Oh gosh.
Good lord.
So yeah, mother-in-laws are spooky.
They really are.
I have another one about mother-in-laws.
Ooh.
This one had me dead.
That's hilarious. Okay.
As I don't have a mother-in-law.
I know. I don't either.
Yeah.
Really.
I never have, just never been married. Okay. This one is from the subreddit Am I the Asshole? And when I saved it, it was posted only 4 hours ago by you/wedding dress throwaway. Okay. The title is, was I being the asshole for refusing to let my mother-in-law wear my wedding dress for her vow renewal?
Was
Okay.
she being an asshole letting her do it?
For refusing to let her
Refusing.
mother-in-law wear her wedding
No.
dress for her vow renewal.
She is not. Okay.
I, 24 female, got married to my husband Marcus, 25 male, 3 months ago. It was absolutely wonderful and went off without a hitch. Okay. Are you following?
Mhm.
I was like, when I was reading these, I was like, hopefully I don't lose Tasha when I'm like, I, 24 female.
No. Just knows I'm fucking stupid. No, I'm good. I'm still
My
there.
mother-in-law, Rose, 46 female, and my father-in-law, David, 47 male, are going to get their vows renewed a month from now. They both said that my wedding inspired this. I was happy for them and thought it was a great idea. My parents did the same, but on a smaller scale when I was 19. However, a week ago, Rose came to me with the request that she wear my wedding dress since she was forced to sell hers when Marcus was a kid and didn't want to spend the money on a brand new wedding dress. I was shocked and just told her that I would think about it.
You're fucking with me, dude.
I have thought about it, and honestly, I don't want her to wear it. I want to preserve it for a future daughter or granddaughter, and the dress would have to be altered in order to fit my mother-in-law. I'm also afraid of it possibly being stained or torn since Rose is clumsy and has ruined expensive clothes of mine or her own because of that. The fabric is delicate and part of it is white, which notoriously is hard to get stains out of. Rose has been texting me about it, wanting to know my answer, and I haven't told Marcus about her request yet. So then there's an edit. It says, the reason my mother-in-law asked me instead of renting or thrifting a dress is because she doesn't think clothing should be rented out and she'd feel uncomfortable wearing a stranger's dress when I asked her about it / offered her these options.
Okay. No. Why? What I took out of that is she was an entitled mom who I had to sell mine for this son, and now
Right.
you married my son, so therefore you guys can pay me
Yeah,
back. First of all,
and
sit down.
not my fucking problem.
Actually don't care. Sorry.
I don't understand how some women like think like that. Like I would never feel comfortable. I don't think anyways.
I wouldn't even want to wear someone else's wedding
Yeah,
dress.
that's the other thing. And then you would have to give it back, and like the bride said, like it would have to get altered to fit the mother-in-law.
Right,
Like
so
that's doing the
already not gonna be
absolutely
the same.
most,
Yeah,
right?
no.
Like
No.
craziness.
Do you know what's crazy about that?
What?
Mm.
Like the absolute either just stone cold nerves you have to have or completely being an idiot.
Right.
Right? To be able to walk up to somebody and just ask that initial question. It's like, hey, listen, like I'm coming from you or coming at you from like a place of like, I'm really sorry to ask, but I had to sell mine.
Yeah.
Right.
Like put your husband through college. Any chance I could like borrow that for 2
Yeah.
hours, take some pictures, and then like you
Honestly,
can
if
have
she
it back?
put it that way, though, I would have been more inclined. I would have been like, okay.
Right.
Um,
But then for her to be like, nah, I don't really feel comfortable. Then you coming back at her some more?
yeah,
Like
yeah.
that's
And
Oh
then
my god.
it's just like I've heard so many horror stories about marriages like starting off on the wrong foot like that. And that's crazy. Like I could not imagine like fighting on my wedding night or like just a problem starting like literally right after you get married. Something that would like start a feud between the husband and wife, you know what I mean? Or like already creating
Yes,
mother-in-law
just family
drama.
drama.
I would just right off the bat be like,
Never
okay,
mind.
is it going to cost anything if we just scratch that? Like,
Yeah, you get like 30 days or something.
that's what I thought.
Yeah.
So that's good at least.
Are you talking about annulments?
Just a already
Annulments,
future.
is that what it is?
When you like cancel a wedding that just happened?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you like divorce, but you don't have to actually go through a divorce.
Yeah, like
Right.
it doesn't even count. Yeah.
I think it's longer than a month.
It might be. I have no idea. It's probably different state to state as well.
Probably. He's looking it up. Don't
Either
be
way,
worried.
you're not going to do that because
Yeah.
you're not going to find someone like that.
So
I never had personal mother-in-law issues. Thank
yeah,
God.
that's great. Some mother-in-laws be out here sounding fucking psycho.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of these posts have top comments. I haven't read the top comment on here yet, so this will be new for both of us. And let me see what the overall vote was. I don't know. Whatever. Well, the top comment says, not the asshole, politely but firmly say no. Do mention it to hubby first because mother-in-law is going to call her son once you say no, and he needs to be on the same page as you.
Yes.
That's a fucking fact.
Period. Yep.
Sorry, mother-in-law, but the answer is no. Your wedding dress is a very personal thing for a woman. You are just not comfortable with your wedding dress being loaned out and altered a few months after your wedding. This is a test. Mother-in-law is testing to see if you will roll over for his request. You need to be polite but firm. Sorry, mother-in-law. I appreciate you asking, but the answer is no. Do not get into the reasons why. Once you do that, she will have mitigation. That's a big word for
Like an
Elmo.
argument.
Gotta take my meds. Hold on.
The
6:36.
Jesus.
Just seems like a good time for me.
It is.
I
funny.
won't be doing anything.
I
at
don't remember what I was
6:36.
going to say. Carry on.
So keep it simple. Sorry, but no. You can point out that customarily a dress for a vow renewal is a simpler version of a wedding dress, as the renewal is not the same as a wedding. If your husband questions why you don't want to loan it to his mother, tell him that the wedding dress is for you. Oh, that the Listen, I have braces on, okay? Reading a lot of words is difficult.
Yeah.
The wedding dress for you has the same emotional connection as your engagement and wedding rings, which true, I feel like. Everything
And they're
everything
an
about your
investment.
wedding is so specific to you and your
personal.
marriage. I feel like, yeah, like that's so weird. This is very personal to you as it is to any woman, and you really can't help but wonder why your mother-in-law would want to wear her daughter-in-law's wedding dress for her vow renewal.
For real.
She should get a new dress for her renewal, and they actually make dresses specifically for vow renewals. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Because a renewal is not a wedding. The dress for a renewal is simpler than a wedding dress. If you can't stand up to her now, politely but firmly, she will own you for everything else that she wants to do for the rest of your marriage.
Yes.
Do not fall for any guilting, begging, crying, etc. Do Google vow renewal dresses. ...
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah.
And like, I wouldn't guess that money is an issue because if you're having a fucking vow renewal, then money's not an issue.
I don't hear about that often. Maybe I don't know that many people that have been
No, it's just
married.
It costs money, maybe that too, but it costs money, and it's like another an event that you're planning. Why the fuck would you want to do that if you didn't have
show
money?
up for that, or is it just a personal thing?
Sometimes people do like a party. So a lot of people do it at a destination. So like they're
Okay.
going to Mexico and they're doing a vow renewal and maybe have a few friends.
And
Whatever.
you just want to review your
You literally stand up there, some dude, chick, whatever you are, standing there, and
just to make sure we're on the
says-
same page here.
it'd be funny if it was like
sickness
that,
and
but
in
no,
health.
yeah, it's some shit
Yeah,
like that. You can
yeah.
read your own or whatever, and then
That sounds dumb to me. I get
Yeah.
it, but
After all these years.
yeah, I mean, I'm gonna
God.
pass on it. I'm not going to do that.
I
so.
wouldn't. I think she was
If
not
I make
being the
it,
asshole,
Jesus.
and that mother-in-law is crazy,
Mhm.
crazy.
Ronnie, did you have a comment about that?
Oh,
What
I
just
thought
said?
you were
'Cause I
talking
was
about
being
the
funny.
dress. That was rude.
I was being funny if I make it like into a marriage long enough for a vow renewal.
Well, just
burn
so
at
you
me.
know,
Haha.
within 1 year of legal marriage, you can get an annulment.
Oh, good.
So
Oh, 1 year?
I'm glad
You
I
have
know
time
That's
that.
to figure it
grand. You'll
out
get out
and-
of the honeymoon phase and we'll
Yeah.
be back to having fun in no time. I'm
Jesus.
so kidding. I'm so kidding. I'm so kidding. Ronnie, I'm kidding.
well, stream's off now, so
No. Okay, this next one is another one from Am I the Asshole? These ones are my favorite ones, if you couldn't tell.
Mhm.
Okay. Am I the asshole for making my oldest pay back a $3,000 dress that she ruined? Okay.
Like oldest kid.
Yes.
yes,
You're an asshole for that?
yes,
Oh, like it's her own dress, like the kid's dress that mom bought for her.
No. Am I the asshole for making my oldest pay back a $3,000 dress she ruined? I'll read it. My oldest, Bethany, 16 female, has a step sibling, Maria, 14, almost 15 female. Bethany and I are white, while my husband and Maria are Mexican descent, and they have been in each other's lives since they were 6 and 7, and overall the relationship is good until recently. Maria's quinceañera is coming up, and my husband and his ex-wife took her to get a dress. If you don't know what a quinceañera is, it's a Mexican celebration of your 15th birthday. It's just like our version of a sweet 16, except typically way more extravagant, and it's for your
Like
15th.
prom dresses and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The dress and altercations came around to $3,000. My daughter has been very jealous of the whole party.
Oh.
I've informed her it is part of the culture, just like when she had a huge Sweet 16 party with her friends. I spent more time with her to try to make her feel better about it and got her own much cheaper dress for the party. The party is supposed to be in 2 weeks, but my daughter, after an argument with Maria about the TV, she scribbled Sharpie all over the expensive dress and ripped the back. This long story short, everyone was pissed. I gave money to my husband and his ex to try to get a new dress ASAP. I informed my daughter she will need to get a job and pay back the full price of the dress as punishment. We got in a huge argument over it, and the whole situation isn't fair, and that I am choosing Maria and being a huge jerk. Am I being a huge jerk?
So my initial thought was no, and my thought now still is no. That you're not
Yeah.
being,
Right.
You're not being
Ronnie, you said
overdramatic.
yes,
Yes,
didn't
you
you?
said yes. To
well,
begin
I'm
with.
switching to no.
Yeah, exactly. Once the
But
context comes in.
Right.
Saying that, if I ever were in that situation, I highly fucking doubt I would actually make one of my
That
daughters
is
do
a
that.
lot of money, but also I
Mhm.
totally am on that mom's side. Like, if
Mhm.
you intentionally
Yeah, that's fucked
ruined her quinceañera, like, that girl probably has been looking forward to that her entire
up.
life.
Mhm.
And I couldn't imagine, like, the excitement. I never had a sweet 16, obviously.
Me neither.
Yeah, so I really don't know what that's like, but I would compare it to when you're searching for a wedding dress. And I feel like it's almost even a little more extravagant than a prom.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because it's like
Mhm.
it's so personal and family and not your school shit, you know?
Mhm. Yeah.
Like yeah, so I think of like trying on wedding dresses and just finding something that you are loving. Like, it's such a big deal in that culture. And so for her sister to intentionally fucking scribble on it with Sharpie and ruin it, bitch, you can pay for it, and
Yeah.
you are going to learn the consequences of your actions today.
Mhm. Yeah,
The other
no, I
thing-
agree. Go
Didn't
ahead.
they make it like? Did they say how old the other daughter was who did this?
Yes. 16.
16, yeah.
Dude, that's crazy.
You're old
You're
enough
old
to
enough to
know.
know better.
First of all, you should already have a job,
Yeah.
Right.
in my opinion.
Mhm.
Maybe 2.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Second of all, you are damn well old enough to know that that's not fucking okay. And also, I understand that step siblings, there's jealousy and whatnot, but you are old enough at that
Mhm.
age to know that that's not fucking cool.
Right. And like you would fucking be devastated if it happened to you.
Right.
So-
Some people have no fucking sympathy. Yeah, the overall vote was not the asshole. This was posted 2 days ago.
Nice, dude. That's recent shit going on.
So yeah, let me actually update it and see if they posted an update, because they said that the quinceañera was in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that fucking sucks for everybody.
The party is supposed to be in 2 weeks, yeah. So
And what's the likelihood of being able to get the dress and shit ready by then?
So, OP offered the following explanation for why they think they might be the asshole. I am making my kid pay back $3,000. I could be a jerk since that is a large amount, and she was jealous. Nar. I don't see an update anywhere, but the top comment just says, not the asshole. Quinceañera dresses aren't cheap and your daughter is old enough to know better.
Exactly.
Period.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all you needed to say.
That's really all you need. Yeah. That's
Right.
crazy, dude.
That is crazy. And that is some shit that would send
Rats,
me to my
man.
fucking grave. If I was a mom, bro,
Rats.
and I feel like it's so uncomfortable too when you're talking about step kids and step parents because that puts you in a really uncomfortable position. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you don't want to be the step parent that fucked something up for your step, and not
And
even
it was
that it
your
was
kid.
right, but
Your bratty
yes,
kid that
exactly,
you raised, and
yup.
now
And
your
as a
husband's
parent,
about
all
to
that
be
shit
like,
fucking falls back on you.
mm-hmm.
At least she like A had the money to give to the husband and the ex-wife, but B is also disciplining her kid because I
Yes.
feel like you hear so much about just like evil stepchildren, bro. Like some kids are just too spoiled and entitled. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Not a good situation. I have more.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, how many? What are we at, Ronnie?
I have two more.
We got some time.
Okay. So this one was posted 6 days ago in the subreddit Malicious Compliance. And this just made me think of it's about a serving job, and I used to work in the service industry, and anyone who has ever worked in a restaurant knows that shit fucking sucks, no matter how good the money is. And also, this reminds me of my current job. It's something I really want to do at my current job.
Okay, I hope you do.
Okay, the title is "Drop Everything and Help You." Sure, I got you. Okay. I want to start this post by saying, yes, I know I should have gotten fired for this, and I do not recommend doing this at any service industry job.
Oh, no.
This happened several days ago while I was working as a waitress at a chain restaurant. There is this insane manager whom I had to work with on several occasions. She was young and thought she knew everything, was quite trashy, and was sleeping with one of the higher ups who was married, whose wife also worked in the same restaurant, but that's a different story.
Oh my God, I want to
This
hear
bitch
it.
trifling. Yeah, we'll have to find that story. This manager, let's call her Mindy, was always on my ass about everything. I was one of the few shift leaders who knew what they were doing, knew how to make the restaurant money, and had many customers write great reviews and say wonderful things about me. I knew how to do my job, and I knew how to do it well. Mindy always singled me out for things when things weren't even my fault. I would always just take it because I knew it wasn't worth my energy fighting about it. Does that not remind you of our job? She was the only person in the whole restaurant that I did not get along with. I had a great rapport with the bartenders, servers, cooks, back of the house staff, and other managers. One day I came in to start my shift but was quickly pulled into the manager's office by a different manager. He wanted to bring it to my attention that Mindy had stated on my past shift that I was on my phone and not working hard. This was not true. I never carried my phone on me because it was a distraction. I didn't have room in my apron, my jeans did not have pockets, and honestly, I didn't want to have it on me. I mentioned this to the manager and he gave me the benefit of the doubt but said he was going to keep an eye on me as cell phone use has been becoming a major problem with several of the servers and bartenders in the past few months. One shift after run that shit back. One shift a few days after that was busy. The punctuation wasn't correct, so it threw me off. One shift a few days after that was busy. I had a full section and was sat with a party of 12 who all ordered beverages from the bar with water. That shit is annoying as fuck.
That sounds bad. I've never thought about
Yeah.
it, but I'm
Just
thinking
order
about
one
it
motherfucking
now.
drink, okay?
Okay.
Okay. I grab a tray, fill up the water, and hand the glassware to the service bar in the kitchen area. Once all the drinks were on the tray, I slowly started to lift it to get situated as it was heavy. Mindy decided this was the best time to yell at me and tell me she needed me to run the food that was up at the expo line where she was standing and expediting the food. So that just means it was ready to go out to the floor, whatever. I took a second to look over at two other servers who were leaning up against the wall much closer to her on their phones, and I said, "I'm a little busy. Can someone else help?" She snapped back at me and said, "I told you to do it, so you need to do it now." At that moment, I honestly didn't even care anymore. So I looked her dead in the eyes, smiled, and said, "Okay," and literally dropped the tray of drinks I was holding on the ground, walked over the broken glass, crushing the cups under my feet, grabbed the plates of food, and asked her where they were going while keeping a smile on. The look of horror on her face, the phone-dwelling servers' faces, the cooks' faces were quite priceless. Once I delivered the food, I went to my party of 12 and apologized to them and told them I dropped the tray of their drinks and I'd be right back with a new one, still with a smile on my face. Once my shift was over, Mindy pulled me into the office and explained that what I did was not okay and she was going to write me up for it, so I had to sign a document stating I understood why I was being written up and I refused to sign it before speaking with other management. There was much more discussed in this conversation, but I can narrow it all down. She said I would be fired if I didn't sign the write-up document at that exact moment. I still refused and said I would speak with the GM about it tomorrow morning on my next shift. The next morning, I explained to the GM what happened and stated that I was working while the others were on their phone, but Mindy singled me out. I also asked him to check the cameras to see the incident take place, and I might say it was so satisfying to physically see myself drop everything. After lots of discussion, the GM said there's no problem here, ripped up the write-up, and told me to continue being the hard worker I am, and I never had to work with Mindy again. The
Good
end.
for her, dude.
Yeah.
Good for fucking her.
On God. Why? It's so funny that you say good for her because I am picturing this person as a man.
Oh, you're right. I don't know why I thought that.
And I don't know why I, yesterday when I found this and today, thought it was a man.
I was picturing a woman.
You
Yeah.
were? I mean, that makes total sense because
Well, it's
I-
being told by a woman. The way you are saying it is from a woman.
True,
It just
true,
it
yeah.
sounded very feminine. To
yeah,
me.
that's true. I don't know. I think in my opinion, I could just more, or in my experience in the restaurant, I could more so see a lot of my male coworkers doing
Sure.
that. But
Or them just like
yeah.
not giving a fuck as much.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
that's crazy though. And period, good on that person because
will you do that?
I have to find the right moment and
Drop a
need
white
to get,
tray,
I need
man.
to get my braces off.
Sure.
Just chuck it across the operatory.
Oh, my bad. Hit someone else. It's a patient. Oh no.
You guys, it's Halloween today and we had to work and we dressed up.
We did.
I was a
wish we could post.
ladybug.
We could post a photo and I could just
Yeah.
blur out the faces.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Okay.
I'm
I
going
actually
to.
took a picture of my individual self.
I
too.
have a picture
You
that
can't
I
even see yourself in
No, no,
your
no, no.
costume in the
No, no.
group picture.
Okay, sorry about it. But this is I wanted to post this on the Instagram and I was like, I don't know if Kenzie would get mad at me because we both don't look cute. But this is us looking at before. When she was happy.
That is
And I want to post it
a
and be like
terrible picture.
literally
But
me and
hold
Kenzie
on.
and how we react to literally anything.
Why do my eyebrows hang over my eyes?
I don't know
have
what, but we're both
such-
just-
yeah, stank face as fuck.
I even showed her this and I said, look how
You
we
did?
reacted to.
Okay, cool. That's hilarious.
It really is. Because if I could show you, and I will, I'll post this just so you can see what
She was wearing and what was going on.
you're gonna die at her
No,
costume.
I don't. Yeah, not that picture though. I don't want my face.
No.
Okay,
I'll
yeah,
post the group one and just blur everybody's
yeah.
faces.
We're so funny.
But we are really funny, and that's why I didn't post it because I knew you were gonna say some shit like that.
That's
But
hilarious.
yeah, basically we were just making the stank face at each other while in a group photo.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Anyways,
I just
you have
have
one
one
more.
more.
Okay,
Yep.
go for it.
From
Wait, is it funny?
no.
Because
You want a
mine is
funny-
really fucked up.
Is it?
So I just thought if there was a more lighthearted one, but that's
Oh,
okay.
This is another one from Am I the Asshole? And it was posted 1 day ago. And it already has 10,000 upvotes.
Ooh.
Am I the asshole for leaving my 26 male fiance? Oh, am I?
Fiancé.
They wrote this wrong.
Okay.
Am I the asshole for leaving my fiance over not having sex?
Okay. No.
Exactly what the title reads. I'll try to keep it short. That's your initial thing? No.
No.
Ronnie, what's yours?
I think that's a big thing in a relationship. Oh God, he's getting fucking ready. Watch out, guys. He's getting
No,
serious.
You watch out. You're
I'm just
his
trying to make
fiance.
sure. I'm just trying to make sure that I understand the whole thing here. I think that
He didn't
you.
listen.
No. I did listen. I'm just trying to make sure.
And the
I
male
think
left
that-
the female. The male left the female. Does that
Because
Right.
they're not having sex.
Right. So I think as a male, you have different expectations of you. So as a female, it's pretty easy to be like, well, if I want to have sex and you don't want to have sex, then I'm just going to be done. But for a guy, if I was like, well, I want to have sex and you don't want to have sex, so bye.
Okay. Yeah. Guys.
It's
are,
different. It
'cause
comes off
guys
different for
think
guys
with
and
their
girls.
dicks, straight up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's
Like
just a
you guys are
fact.
more used to the rejection too, I think, than a female. Because
Correct,
anytime
yeah.
we want to, it's
No, I can promise you
fucking-
that only
But
about
he's
30%.
saying if Ronnie told you I don't want to have sex anymore, you'd be like, oh yeah. That's fine.
No, I'm saying that if I told if she was like, "Hey, I don't want to have sex anymore," and I was like, "Well, too bad. I want to have sex, so I'm out."
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that you said to her, or she said, I don't want to have
Right.
sex anymore.
And then I was like, "Okay, well, I'm a bounce then."
Right. Like we were talking about the differences rather.
Like,
if
am I the
said it versus
asshole?
I'm
him.
confusing you guys with what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm
Oh, sure.
saying Ronnie would leave. Oh, yes. Ronnie would leave you if you didn't want to have sex. But would you leave him?
If he didn't want to have sex.
Right.
Yes.
You
I
would. Yeah, exactly. So I think you don't think a lot of females think like that, but a lot of females do think like that.
I think it depends probably on everybody
Yeah.
and who the fuck you are and what your sex drive is. But it's funny that I say that because in past relationships, I could have gave a fuck less. Couldn't cared. Never
About
gonna
what?
if he came to me and said, "Hey, we're never gonna have sex again," I'd be like, "Okay,
Really?
sounds good."
'Cause it
Current
wasn't- yeah.
relationship, I would leave him. So there's that. Don't ever say that to me.
Why? Why would you leave?
That sounded like a
Because
compliment and an insult.
was a
like he's good in bed,
compliment.
but it makes it seem like you only like
Because
him for
I
sex.
think no, that's not at all what it is.
I know.
Sex is so much more than what it is. I think a foundation of mine and Ronnie's relationship is on sex.
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
true.
it is. That
Yeah.
is one of our biggest things that we're really great at with each other. Anyways, and I just think that's one of our biggest connections. That's one of
Yeah.
our things.
For
That
sure.
I don't know, that and bands. That'd be like if you said, "I'm never going to a concert with you again." I would leave you because
Yeah.
that's a
No,
foundation
I
for
agree.
us.
Actually, I agree on shit like that for sure.
Don't you think,
I
Ronnie?
could never be with somebody.
Right,
that
but
didn't
like
wanna
I'm
go to a
saying
concert.
it's easy for you to have these
Expectations than it is for you. Okay.
right. No, because like if I'm the same person in front of the camera and I'm just like, dude, I told her that if we're not having sex that I'm not going to stick around. Like I just bounced and like somebody watches that. It doesn't matter who. You're like, that's kind of a dick
Shady
move.
of him, yes.
Right.
Okay.
Like you
Where
should
if I said that, somebody's gonna be like, "Good for you, girl."
I have a firm
Yeah,
belief in
sure.
life that women control sex.
Yeah.
100% women
Most
control
of
sex.
us. Some of us are unfortunate, but I think in some relationships, yeah, for sure, including me.
Yeah.
That's just the way it is.
Because like if a guy is horny and the girl's not, they're
like,
most likely
sorry.
not gonna fuck. But if the girl's horny and the guy's not, y'all fucking.
Yeah, for sure. Right?
For somehow in my mind there I threw a nar in there.
Nar.
No.
Like,
Okay.
Because if like the guy's horny but the girl's not, it's gonna be a nar.
It's gonna be a nar.
That's a nar for me.
Genuinely.
Genuinely nart going to.
Shit. Anyways,
Okay,
that got heated.
So let's hear
Carry
the
on.
story. Am I the asshole for leaving my fiance over not having sex? I, 26 male, and my fiance, 26 female, have been together for over 5 years now. In the last 3 years of the relationship, our intimacy was amazing. My bad. I meant to say in the first 3 months.
Okay.
In the first 3 years, I meant to say.
All right, now you got me fucked up. Is it 3 months or 3 years?
It's 3 years. It's the first 3 years. Okay, let me just start over.
Okay.
They've been together for 5 years now. In the first 3 years of the relationship, our intimacy was amazing.
Perfect. Okay.
We were each other's first and explored our likes and dislikes with each other. However, in the last years, it's almost non-existent. It happened out of nowhere. She started being disinterested in intimacy. And like you
She's
said,
bored.
Ronnie, yeah, it was like she started to be disinterested, so they quit fucking.
Right.
At first, I thought it was a phase, but it's the case for 2 years now. I am always the one who initiates and gets rejected in the end. I asked her if there's a problem and if there's anything I can do better, but she says there's nothing going on. She rejects getting her hormones checked. Mind you, she is not on birth control. I tried to give her space for months, but it did not work either. My initial thought when I was reading this last night was that she's cheating, because I know that a lot of people like withdraw from their current partners if they're
Mhm.
cheating.
See, that's not at all what I thought. I thought that she is definitely bored and she doesn't even have the time or care to let her partner know that I'm
Yeah.
fucking bored and we need to change something out. and she's being a fucking stupid bitch. So carry on.
Every other aspect of our relationship is good, at least for me. She also agreed to it when I asked. I have a relatively high libido, and I started going nuts for the last few months now. Only time we have sex is when I, quote unquote, earn it. Yes, it's a reward for your anniversary day and other small occasions. I do not feel desired.
No. Sorry, no.
I do not feel desired nor wanted, and it's the most important part of intimacy for me. I do not want to have sex with a laying wood. Fuck.
Burn.
Long story short, after.
I love that.
Long story short,
Yes.
after having one last talk with her, I told her I want to break up, which she did not welcome. She told me it would get better once we are married, even tried to initiate intimacy at that very moment. To be honest, I do not think
Sick.
that it'll get any better. It is like thinking that marriage will get better and every problem will be resolved once you have children. Since
Mhm.
then, mutual friends, my and her family, and other people have been criticizing me. They even call me, quote unquote, sex crazed. At first, I have been trying to ignore comments, but it has gotten so extensive that I doubt my choice. Am I the asshole here?
Absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely
Put out or get out.
not.
Put out or get
Ronnie.
out. I'm going to put that in my Tinder bio. JK, I don't have Tinder. I'm banned. And you would know that if you watched our first episode.
Is it the first?
I think so.
Oh, that's fucking funny. That's how we welcome us in. I'm banned on Tinder. Dude, I just saw like you know how Snapchat, when you type something, like your Bitmoji will come up with something
Yeah.
that's kind of related to
Yeah.
whatever you're saying. I don't know why, but there was something on there that said, oh, it was a filter, and it was like 3 red flags about me, and one of them
Oh,
was
yeah?
I'm fucking banned on Tinder.
Oh.
And if I wouldn't have looked like a dead fucking animal laying out in the woods for 3 days, I would have sent it to you, but I know your ass would have saved it.
Oh, yeah.
Screenshotted it. It would have been on my fucking Facebook for my birthday. So,
No, I post good pictures for you.
hey, I didn't post a bad one for you.
No, but you have.
Have I?
Oh, for my birthday? No.
Just in general, I have.
Ones I don't love, but I'm just like, whatever. But yeah, you're
Okay.
right.
I
Not
also
intentionally to
ask.
get at me.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, never.
I am now sad because I could have swore that this also was a story about a different. I just read so many Reddit stories last night. They're starting to mix together in my head.
That's fair.
That was my last one.
I think before we just throw in that, no, but he said like holidays and special occasions. Do they like, are we talking about like, oh, your birthday and
No, he said-
anniversary? Or
no,
are we,
he said-
like, throwing
he
Hanukkah,
said-
Christmas, Flag Day.
He said it's a
Martin
reward
Luther.
for your anniversary day and other small occasions. I would assume like
Thanksgiving.
birthdays and stuff like that.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Why does that happen? And
I
the
hope
fact
that never happens to me.
the fact that she was selfish enough to not even want to go and get herself tested to see, because say
Yeah.
she really didn't have the desire, which
Right.
fucking sucks, and that happens. But to not even care enough, but then all of a sudden,
Right, when they want to leave. I just think,
no.
yeah, people don't understand and maybe have a hard time accepting that sex is a big part
it's
of
it's
and not for everyone, I guess, but
no.
if it is something important to you, then that's just that. It's
Mhm.
important to you, and you can't, have a bunch of sex and then all of a sudden not have sex and
Right.
then wonder why that person doesn't want to be with you.
Right.
It'd be
Exactly.
just like you guys. That would be weird.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard like the bathroom analogy for it?
I don't think so.
Where it's like sex is like your bathroom. It's like, is it the most important house in the room? No. Would I buy a house that didn't have one?
Right.
No.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. But some people don't think like that. So
Ronnie, you have like a long chunk of hair on the back of your neck. Like
shut up.
it's your head hair, but it looks like it sticks out way longer than the rest. Oh,
Yeah.
a cowlick? Not over there even. Right there.
Yeah.
That's
He
what a
knew where it
cowlick
was.
is?
He knew where it
Yeah.
was. Yeah, he
I
has
have one
right
up here
there.
too.
And then
So what I thought it's called a cowlick.
Yeah.
it makes sense because if a cow licks you and your hair gets like stuck.
I wish everyone could just see it stuck and it gets
You don't
stuck.
think that's what it means?
No, but I thought it only referred to right here.
No, you can have them anywhere. So a lot of people have them right here.
So it's just like if your hair's stuck in that shape.
Yeah.
But yours isn't even doing that. It's just down.
No, so
Oh.
Little curl right
your hair grows in like different patterns sometimes,
Yeah.
and that creates cowlicks.
Yeah.
Um,
I think I have one.
I do too.
You just
Yeah.
can't tell
Here.
because my hair's long, right?
yeah, my hair goes in
Back
like
here it goes, ooh, and it never lays flat
Mhm.
when I straighten it
Yep.
because
every
it's
fucking
always.
Yeah, I have that
direction.
too.
Is that what it is, or is it just the shape of our big ass heads? That's what I always thought. Maybe my head's just shaped weird.
Hell, I don't
Man,
know.
you got
Hell.
a big ass head.
All right, so
Shit.
you want to end the podcast by something real sad?
Yeah.
Okay,
Not. Yeah.
what?
Let's cry about it.
No, I mean I'm not gonna go that far, but it's just a really fucked up story. I took the true crime way different than she did.
Listen, I just had nothing spooky.
No, I love that though. I that was really fun. I actually had a good time here.
I'm glad when you were like talking earlier. I'm like, I hope this changes.
No, I was
mine.
like mesmerized listening. It was fun. Anyways, mine I decided to do I wouldn't say famous murder, which I did want to do because I love those, as you know, but I did a more-ish recent murder that happened in Wisconsin. I wanted to keep it local because that's
Shout
just
out
how I am.
Wisco. We have a
Yeah.
lot of killers here, I think.
We do, and we have lots of murders
Yeah.
and lots of fucking serial killers and shit.
Even locally.
Yes.
Yeah. Even more local than just
Mhm.
statewide.
Yes.
Countywide.
Lately.
Yeah, we got murderers up in here.
Which
when
I
I was in
shoulda-
high school, there was, you remember?
Yes.
The double homicide
Yeah.
murder. Probably everyone knows about that. That shit was nationwide
Yes.
news.
Or how about that one where the wife got mad about the ex-husband or something, went into the house and fucking shot him while the kids were upstairs, and now the kids don't have any parents? Yeah.
Dude,
On a turkey
I feel
farm.
like I can't even. I don't even know who that was.
I
I'm
don't
thinking of
know.
I'm thinking of a million more now that we're talking
I
about
am
it. So
too.
just go ahead and read that, and then when we end this, we can talk.
Right. Well, and I don't, really quick before I forget this, I don't know why I felt, this is funny to me and Ronnie, I don't know why I felt the need to say on a turkey farm.
I know.
It reminded
I was
me
like, that
of-
made it more crazy to me. I was like, damn,
Yeah, not the turkey farm.
They were all watching.
the turkeys were there too. Damn, at least the kids have the turkeys.
Fuck, man. So sad.
Can you imagine you get up, your mom's in cuffs, your dad's dead, and you still have to go feed the fucking birds?
turkeys, man.
I wouldn't. Fuck them.
Yeah, they probably didn't, if I had to guess.
Right? Yeah.
I don't know what happened, but that's probably not what happened. Anyways, this one is very sad. They all are sad, obviously, but a 10-year-old girl was in a daycare and murdered. First of all, trigger warning. Sorry, should have said that a long time ago.
It's
We'll put
too
it in
late.
the caption. Anyways, in a Wisconsin daycare, she murdered a 6-month-old baby.
Why was she
Yeah.
in the daycare?
I don't really know that. I don't know if obviously this child is maybe a little
Demented?
different.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they thought had learning disabilities or something, that she obviously couldn't be home alone.
Yeah.
Okay? I don't know, but I'll get into, I guess, her reason on why she did it, but
Okay, I was
she
gonna say I have a
was
lot of questions.
yeah, she was charged as an adult. She was first placed in a juvenile center on a $50,000 cash bond. The incident occurred on October 30th, 2018. The baby was found unresponsive and bleeding from the head and died 2 days later in a children's hospital.
Aw, that is the saddest fucking thing ever. And imagine being that baby's parents.
The parents, it was their only child. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Oh, I can't even imagine. Okay. The 10-year-old admitted to the officer that it was not an accident. According to the district attorney, he stated that she panicked and didn't know what to do and didn't want to get in trouble, and then she proceeded to stomp on the 6-month-old's head. Yes. So essentially she was left alone, and there's videos of the shit, and you can look this stuff up. There's so much more shit on it. The reason I thought about this is I had seen a TikTok about it, and it made me think about it. But she was alone in a room with a baby. The daycare owner or whatever was in a different room doing whatever with some other kids, and the baby started to cry, and she was worried that she was going to be put at blame for that she did something to the baby or whatever. And so she wanted to make the baby stop. She tried picking it up. It still wouldn't stop. So then she threw it on the ground and stomped on his fucking head. And that's the saddest thing I've ever fucking heard in my life.
My blood is all in my feet right now. Like, I
Yeah.
have no.
It's very, very
That's
sad.
crazy.
And it's so sad that parents, adults in general, put that much fear into children.
yeah, that exactly though. It makes me wonder what her home life was like, because
Right.
what kind of 10-year-old reacts like that?
Right. And
Instead of going to get a parent, like, why was she so scared?
mhm.
You know what I mean?
And so scared that, and you know, and maybe there was something else in her brain going on, because from the interviews I've seen, news clips and like whatever from the parents, they seem fairly normal, which doesn't mean fucking shit, but I'm just
Right.
saying there's no reports of her being physically abused or mentally abused or anything like that. So I don't know.
That's
But
crazy.
either
Was she
way,
an only child?
I don't know.
Maybe. Only childs are kind of weird.
True. But yeah, I don't know if it makes me sad that adults do that to children. And I'm not blaming it all on whoever, but it's like no kid should ever be that scared of getting in trouble for
Yeah.
anything. Anything.
I agree, but in the same breath, no 10-year-old. I feel like 10.
You should know better. Yes, there's
Hell
no
yeah.
way in hell my just turned 11-year-old would ever fucking do that. Ever.
And then did the daycare get sued for
Oh
leaving the
yeah,
baby?
lots of shit like that happen. I don't think the daycare is open anymore. But then I could be getting this mixed in with a different story. But I feel like there was some riots because it did end up opening back up.
That's
And I
so
don't know for
sad,
sure.
dude. That's
Yes.
so sad. And it's also sad that when you have a kid now, like, you have to worry about so many things. Like, I feel like parents these days are constantly scared for their child's
Mhm.
life.
Always.
And that's a huge reason I don't want to have kids.
It's
because it's just
insane.
not safe. Daycares aren't safe, whether it's children killing kids or the fucking adults killing the
Mhm.
kids. Can't send them to school
Neglect,
barely because
shootings.
kids are killing kids.
Yeah.
Like,
It's crazy.
it
yeah.
is crazy. You just have to fucking put your faith in
Mhm.
strangers and hope that they have your kid's
Right.
best interest.
Or you stay home and you don't get to experience
social
anything with
life.
that kid.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can't fucking win.
Yeah.
So
you
that's
can't.
the
You
answer.
have to pick the
Don't have
lesser of
kids.
two evils.
Here we
Yeah.
go. We're going to kill
Right.
our population.
Perfect.
No, I don't know what the answer is. You just got to be rich. That's the only way you can have kids. So, anyways, Wisconsin law requires 10 years or older, facing either first degree murder, attempted first degree murder, or homicide charges must make their first court appearance in adult court. So she did that, and then after that, and currently she is in a juvenile, some kind of center. She probably will be there all of her life. Moved on, she'll go to like jails
Now
or whatever.
that's crazy to me too. I
Mhm.
like 10 years old, like someone can't come
And
back.
I
from-
could be dramatic with like all of her life.
Well,
but
maybe.
it's we don't really know.
And part of me is like rightfully so, and I'm so like torn between that.
Mhm.
You know, was there a jury for her? Like, did she have to go out to trial, or was
yeah,
it just?
well, yeah. So they did lots of trials and stuff. And currently she is in, like I said, one of these centers, and you can watch a TikTok. She still has to be like shackled when her parents come and visit her.
And she's what now? 13?
Yeah, whatever. And then even back then, she still has to
14?
be fucking shackled
15.
14, I
to
think she would be.
see her parents and be in this juvenile detention center.
That's
She was
wild.
not too long ago. I don't remember the date, but she was ruled non-competent, and they are going to every quarter re-evaluate her to, I think, get like a final charge. That's how I'm understanding it. So ruled non-competent.
That's
Continue to evaluate her.
okay. So how could you be charged as a 10-year-old non-competent, but then when you're 16, they're gonna say, "Oh, you're competent now. You're charged for life."
I think, yeah, I don't know if it's so much for that, if they're gonna keep the charges non-competent, or if it's to see like when you
Can we
are
release you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know the full details.
Yeah, I'm not very educated on how the system works either, 'cause
Right.
it's fucking complicated.
It is. Well, and this story I remember hearing right when it happened. It literally happened 30 minutes from here. 30 minutes from
What?
here. I can't tell you the town out
Oh
loud
my
right now, but yeah.
god, what?
I mean, I could, because you can look it up on the news.
Yeah,
The
what is-
Wisconsin 10-year-old that killed a 6-month-old, and it's right fucking there. Chippewa Falls.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Damn. Crazy
Falls
shit
County.
be happening in Chippewa, y'all. That's where
Dude.
my dad got busted for meth. Little girl, Lily, she just got killed there.
And then how about the Girl Scouts that got ran over?
yeah, the fuck, by a drunk driver.
Yeah.
5 of them, right?
Midday.
Yeah.
Jamie Klaus.
That was Barron.
That's Klaus.
Yeah, that was another one. That's what I was talking about
Yeah.
earlier. I'm like, when I was in
coulda talked
school,
about
a
that
girl
too.
in my school, that was the nationwide news. Like, imagine being in school and then finding out that a person from your school, her parents just got murdered, double homicide, and she got kidnapped.
No.
The fuck?
No, I can't. I mean, my daughter was obviously not near her grade, but even in the elementary school, like, it was happening to be talked about.
Yeah, dude. I
that's
remember, like,
Crazy.
yeah, and it was back then. Was Ronnie? How much time do we have? Not much.
Negative 16
All right,
minutes.
then we can just have this conversation off the podcast.
Oh my God.
we suck.
Either way, some crazy shit happens around here.
Yeah, it's
that's a
fucked.
really unfortunate thing. If you do want more information, go ahead and look it up. We kind of decided to do this last minute, so I didn't have a ton of time to do research, but
Yeah, just
it's
finally
crazy.
jabbed a lot.
It's crazy.
It is crazy. On that note, make sure you follow us on Twitch, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify. It's the Nat N Mac Podcast.
Yeah. Stay tuned for new changes.
Happy Halloween!